Hey, welcome back. For those who did take a look into my channel, I think I had one viewer, which is great. I only had one video, so if I do 100 videos, I have 100 video viewers. That's excellent. Um, Again, it's just I'm gonna go through my, growing pains, I guess, making these videos. Today, I'm gonna briefly talk about the violence against cops. We've actually seen in just a recent month 4 officers shooting and dying in the line of duty. Here I have about 40 pages of officers that died in the line of duty, either by gunfire, struck by a vehicle, other ways, heart attacks. The job is stressful, but like you can see, like I just was going through it, and in the future videos I'm going to go ahead and mention their names and say a prayer for them. It's just so many, and it just goes to this is just 2019, that's 2019, and so it's unfortunate that this happens. We need to find out what's the root cause of all this violence against officers. When an officer goes into, when you go to this job and you say to yourself, I want to be a police officer, and you go to the police force, people forget that it's not, you're putting on this shield or this badge, or you're getting these credentials to go out there and be a hero. I mean, there's a contract that happens between the citizens of these cities, towns, municipalities, and the officers that go out there to protect, to serve and protect. Now, they're not obligated. There's no law that says that they are obligated to be a hero, to save lives, to go and get in the middle of a gunfire fight to stop it. They don't have to stop criminals. I mean, their duty is to go out there and enforce the law. But constitutionally, they don't have to prevent a crime from happening. They can watch a crime and they can't be held liable. But these are men and women that go out there and they want to be part of society, and they want to help, and they want to protect, and they want to protect everyone. Doesn't matter where they come from, what they look like, what shade they are, their demographics. They want to protect everyone. And it's unfortunate that we have acronym groups out there that want to protest officers, and don't realize that at the end of the day, these people go home. When they take off those uniforms, you might even see them every day walking down the street, not even know. See them in the Walmart, you might say hello. They might be in the schools with your children, and you see them lining up, waiting for the kids to come out of school, and they're there. You don't necessarily know if that's an officer or not. They might be one of your best friends, and then you get in, you join one of those acronym groups, and you protest, and you find a cause that you think that you identify with, not knowing, hey, come to think of it, I just found out my neighbor's an officer. He's a great guy. She's a great girl. So it's the individual. It's not the group as a whole, and we can't condemn every person that puts on their uniform every day to go serve and protect the citizens of this country. It's just not fair. Just like not everyone that walks around with a hoodie on is a criminal or is out to do bad things. You just, it's, there are people who are bad, there are people who are good, there's predators, and then there's prey. Unfortunately, that's the way of life. But you know, these groups that want to protest police, and you know, a lot of them, it's just all about dollars and cents. It comes down to, well, there's not a group out there that is not sponsored by someone who, with deep pockets, and so to keep themselves, you know, let's say employed in these non-for-profit agencies or for-profit agencies, they have to do what they have to do, and that's protest, get slogans, say what they have to say. Is it fair? Hey, you know what? That's not either for me to decide or anybody else to decide. It's just the way of the world. So that's where we're at. And there's so many here, so many officers that died in the line of duty, that I was gonna mention them by name. It's just, it'll take me more than a 20-minute video, and I only want to make my videos probably 20 minutes at the most. It takes so long to upload, and then I'm just trying to figure out you know, just the best way to edit it and figure out what works and what doesn't work. And you guys can help, you know, comment below, criticize. Like I said, you know, through our mistakes is how we become better. If we don't make mistakes, then we don't know what we're doing wrong, and then that's the feeling that we have. You know, if you are afraid to fail, then you never succeed. So, you know, I don't mind being criticized or told that I'm doing this inappropriate, or that this is wrong, or you should fix that, because that'll just help me going forward. So I appreciate everybody's comments. Again, I'm trying to make these videos short because they take so long to upload, and also it's just content. You know, I want to stay within the guidelines that YouTube and Facebook, Twitter, all of them. You know, I'm not you know, these counterculture. I want to, you know, I think that, you know, we have too much of that. You know, you have too much of people on one side and the people on the other side, and nobody wants to meet in the middle. And when they do meet in the middle, it's still somehow still taking sides. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, I have my own opinions on those things, and what I want to do is I want to make my channel more about how what's going on, information based. Also, I will review products, talk about the current events, and you know, whatever you guys want me to bring up, that'll be helpful too. I do read a lot of news. I just wanted to bring up one thing that I saw that was kind of shocked me, and it was this one story here, and this is this is a story about a New Mexico murder suspect trying to collect money on a debt that was owed to a cartel. Now, why do we have a border? Why do we have our laws to protect the citizen within our borders? If you're anti-border, or you're anti-ICE, or you're one that believes that we shouldn't have any borders, you should consider why we do have borders. And why do we have laws that say that if you come into the country, then you're breaking the law, and thus you are now a criminal? Basically, you committed a crime by coming over the border. And I think what happens is that you, by default, I know people are trying to escape. They're trying to escape their poverty, their corrupt, countries. They want a better way of life. But when you come here, and you want all those things, then I would think, the way to better yourself is to assimilate to the culture that you're now coming into illegally. And I think that would be best for you, so that you already broke a law coming into the country, but if you're really trying to better yourself, wouldn't you think you want now to follow the laws of the country you now just invaded, so that you can, if you want to live under the radar or you want to come out in the light, either way, you should respect the laws of that country. Because didn't you flee a country because of their laws? So I would think that you would want to be respectful of the laws of the country that you came into, and just the way of life, and not try to change it to the place you just left, because then what was the purpose? This just gets me to this whole thing about having to change the way the United States governs their borders. I mean, we have to have a way to contain these people that come here illegally. Can't just let them run around without any way to track them. A lot of them have communicable diseases. A lot of them never been have any kind of immunization, so they can spread diseases that have been eradicated in the U.S. We have people who don't only come from countries that border our country, but they come from further away. They come from countries that are an ocean away, but they come up through that border, and they're carrying, parasites, diseases. We need to know that before they come here. Now, once they cleared, who's to say if it's right or wrong that they stay here? I mean, as long as they're abiding our laws and agreeing to, our culture and supporting our beliefs, or they can hold on to their beliefs, but they should also support our beliefs. That should just, I mean, I don't think I can go to another country and just, if I had a weird, religion or something, could start it out there and, demand that they respect it, without being a citizen, and it's just the thing. Here, the United States is the only country where, if you come over the border, you are protected by our Constitution, regardless of your status. That's not true for every country. So again, this is why you should respect our laws when you come into this country. Anyway, I'm going to cut the video here. Leave a comment. Like I said, it's all a learning process. I never stop learning. You should never stop learning. Everyone should learn from each other. That's how the world becomes better. There's a lot of things I don't know that you can teach me, and there's a lot of things you may not know that you can learn from watching and listening. I hope for some of you this made your day and maybe made you think. Again, if there's a subject matter you want me to talk about, just let me know. I really appreciate it, and God bless everybody.